Hello everyone and welcome. Today we're back at it to cast some of the remaining matches from the MAT. I'm joined with a special guest, Rainy. Welcome, Rainy.
Thank you. Honored to be here.
All right. We decided to start with a playoff game where HGM fought against MBP. I'm gonna jump into the match really quickly. Now, jump into the team builds really quickly. So here you have MBP playing already pretty uncommon builds. They have a Shock Axe Warrior with Frenzy. You can say it's really common nowadays. E-Smash, a Paragon. That's a pretty normal Paragon bar, but the Paragon itself is not really common nowadays as well. And Ranger Mesmer, basically, with all three monks. The three monks look normal to me. Um, so that's a pretty old school build. It's called the Paragon Balance, basically. It's really deadly. It's like a lot of pressure, but it's pretty bad at tactics. It doesn't run flags really good. As you can see, they have like no dedicated runner. I guess the best runner in their team would be the E-Smash Warrior, which is pretty questionable. And yeah, what do you think about the build, Rainy?
It's a very poor choice for dead, in my opinion. This Flux dead, well, dead in general is an 8v8 map. You're going to expect uh, that kind of competition. And on this build, I would expect something like hexes, heavy LE builds, even double mesmer. What jumps out to me is just they have a single mesmer here that can obviously get punished in this Lux with the 30% damage if they come with something heavy. I mean, it is a powerful build, but damage-wise. But again, like you said, against triple melee double mesmer, they can just stick Alyssa Derv on the Axe Warrior, for instance, and train him out. They're gonna beat you in the flag game. I just don't think it's a very good build. It's not very flexible, and on dead it also lacks shutdown. Like if you look at this matchup, just for instance, you have a 6 damage build. I mean, that's something I would personally expect on dead. A bunch of LEs. They're not even running Rend on the Ranger. They have Men Touch, and they have a single Mesmer. So they're already kind of constrained in what they can do. I don't really understand the philosophy here.
Yeah, I would roughly agree with what you said. Just I think if it wasn't for the meta game, it would be a good dead build because of the power. Like the Paragon is really strong on dead. Obviously, it's a character that doesn't have to run around and to do its damage. But yeah, you had the fact that they play pretty out of date characters such as the Shock Axe Warrior, and that they don't have a dedicated runner in a metagame where you actually need one. Yeah, to me, the only way they can win this game is if they get the upper end in the very first 2 minutes. Otherwise, they're gonna be in trouble anyway. And as you noticed, and as you mentioned, they don't have a rend on the Ranger, which is, I think, pretty questionable in the team build overall. I think you would go more for the AV8 route rather than the split route. So yeah, they could have had the rend there, which would have really helped them. Well, I don't know how the match went, but on HDM side, as you mentioned earlier, they're playing 6 damage. So it's not the most meta build, but it's definitely more into the meta than what MVP is playing. They're playing the pretty classical 6 damage so far. I mean, they have a Gale on the Lightning Surge, which is pretty uncommon, but it's been seen in the past. It's a good bar. And then they have the two invokes with the two blinds, the Mind Burn, the Wounding Strike, the Vish, the Mesmer. Like pretty classic overall. Really, really cheesy build, really strong build. Really quick games usually with it. So yeah, comparing the two builds, I'm guessing this game shouldn't last more than 10 minutes. I would be surprised if it does. All right, let's jump into the game now. So yeah, let's go. So you've just started the game, right?
Yeah,
50 seconds, kinda.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. What do you think of the two teams? Or would you match them against each other? What do you think is the favorite and all of that?
HDM, I think, is both a favorite in terms of build and in terms of player strength. I think
Yeah, I agree.
MBP is one of the, yeah. I mean, your definitive tier list yesterday had HDM higher, I believe. So,
Yeah, it did. It did. MVP clearly has stuff to still show people. I think they're definitely not a bad group of player, but I think, yeah, maybe they're not trying hard enough. Maybe, well, as you can see with the build, it's clearly,
I don't think they played many ATs as well, right?
yeah. They've played in the past, definitely. It's not like it's their first MAT, but yeah, they're not the most active guild, obviously. So you had the fact that they play what we could call an inferior build, and yeah, it should be a hard game for them. So HDM leaving the flag in the back really standard when you play 6 damage. Actually, he picks it back up. I think it's a mistake. Shouldn't do that, especially when you have Gale and Lightning Surge in your bar. Let's see how things go. Obviously, HDM targeting the Mesmer.
Flag back.
Yeah, who's holding the flag for? Oh, it's who's holding the flag
It's
for
way
red?
back. It's
Oh, yeah,
way
it
back.
is
Way
there.
back on
Okay,
the
okay.
top. Yeah.
So I think MBP is doing a better job at the flagging game. I think they're doing the right thing. But this guy should get camped, the number 8. Oh, they killed the Mesmer.
Mesmer down.
Oh, and they actually instantly killed the Paragon straight after. The Paragon gets pacted. Oh my god, this is going bad for MBP really fast. Mesmer is about to... Oh my god. You really feel the 6 damage there.
Yeah. I mean, and it's tough too because you have double blinds on the invoke, and at least with a dervish, if you're running a dervish, at least he can self
Yeah,
destruct with his
yeah, yeah,
first
yeah.
blind, right? But this is just a lot of energy on the monks to keep the warriors
Yeah,
alive.
it's why the Dervish is better in like 99% of the cases compared to a Hax Warrior. I mean, it's been discussed many times in the past and it's been proved, kinda. So MVP is already back in their base. Surprisingly, they only took 2 deaths out of that exchange. I'm guessing the monks are deep on ice hit right now. HGM flagged, so good job from them. But MVP is in a tough spot now. But the thing about 6 damage is it can get killed really fast too, especially when they aggro the knights.
This is their chance right here,
Yeah,
MBP's chance to kill them. They need to win
definitely.
it now, now that the knights are pulled.
To be honest, they're drawing blinds and stuff. I'm really surprised. MVP is really putting in the work here. They actually understand that blinds are really important to draw, but mana is gonna become an issue, I think, really fast. SGM is definitely in a rough spot here in the choke. As you can see with the party bars, they're not doing so good right now. Oh, and they take a death on number 8. It's really good. Got rests. It just takes 1 kill on the Mesmer now, and everything goes sideways again. The monks just need to hold for a few minutes.
Oh, another death.
Yeah. I mean, it's like MVP has a really, really good shot at taking the game back into their hands. They need to not bold though. It's gonna be really dangerous for them.
Monks have to be low for HDM here too.
Yeah, but yeah, I think on both sides to be honest.
Yeah.
If MVP's Rancher could get poison up, that would be really big. I don't know why he's okay. He's getting poison up. Okay, good.
Here it's going up now. If that was up earlier though, I think this would be a wipe potentially for
Yeah.
HDM.
probably got rupted by the enemy mesmer, you would assume. Can't really ask for Aegis against 6 damage.
Yeah, no, no, no.
Alright, so now they're pulling back. I think it's a fair decision. Oh, they actually died on the warrior. I didn't even notice. Oh, that's after time. That's bad.
No, this is bad. Yeah. HDM now has time to both regain energy and take some NPCs when they're
Yeah.
7v8 here.
MBP needs to send a guy on the side with a res and always threaten to res so that HDM can't push with all damage, basically. They can buy a lot of time. HGM is really low on energy. Like if they're not pushing at this point, is that they're really looking to regain energy. Oh, but MBP is not sending anyone on the side. They've decided to play a full minute without their warrior. I think that's questionable. It's okay if their only res is the mesmer because they can't really send the mesmer on the side. Really good, oh, really good prodding on the MBP side on the mesmer, but really good shatter from the HDM mesmer. And don't forget, HDM is perma boosting behind this, so they're in a really good spot.
There's just not much MBP. I mean, they have two people down, right? There's not much they can do right now in the 6v8.
Yeah, and they're gonna get their pit cleared, I'm guessing. I'm guessing HDM is gonna go a bit for the archers and to DP the damage dealers as well. They should really try to kill the archers now so that they can stay here forever.
Uh,
I mean, MBP is doing a good work and not surviving. And now HDM is pulling back.
yeah, I think the monks have played a good game, I would say.
Yeah, I've seen some good SBs to be honest. And that's literally the biggest thing you can have against 6 damage. Having solid spirit bone usage is really important, and the mesmer dies straight away. Died on 40-40 with Dipun, so it means that she could have prevented that 40-40 death probably. I'm guessing we need to watch 2 now. Is the guy with pact? If he doesn't pack the mesmer, it's basically game over. No, he needs to pack the monk as well. I could be game.
Yep.
He packs the monk with no problem. But now he needs to back the mesmer and do some damage. Is he really DP, the number 2? He doesn't even seem to try to do anything but javelin people.
I don't think he is. I'm a little confused, to be honest with you.
He definitely has DP for
The
sure.
monks are low.
Ooh, they nearly killed a Nelly there. Oh, they managed to rest the mesmer. How did they do that? Someone still had the sig, I guess. I missed that. So the game is not over. I was lying. Oh, and the warrior dies. Their warrior keep on dying, and the more they die, the more they're gonna die, unfortunately. This game is pretty close, to be honest. I expected more of a stomp from any team, but
Agreed. And HDM, I mean, MBP is still in a position. I mean, they have a small win condition, but the archers are still up here. They
yeah,
can still wipe them here
for
this
sure.
round for sure.
For sure, for sure. They still have a win condition for sure, but it's gonna come down to killing and not dying for a minute, basically. If they can do that for a minute,
Yeah.
they can definitely come back into the game. But as you can see, Warrior dies again. He's gonna get packed instantly. So that's very good. They need to push
They
Ham.
can't rest though. They have one down.
Oh, they rest him. I mean, yeah, it's I like the 6 damage games because they're always so they always feel so close, right?
Yeah.
We need to watch 1 or 2 here. I think they're gonna die. I would say 1 is gonna die. I don't know why. Oh, he has LS. Oh, good SB, good Curex, good everything. Unfortunately, HDM is playing well. I think they're pulling back.
Yeah.
Basically, MBP is gonna snowball off pressure. So every time HGM runs back and start a whole new fight with full mana, they're heavily advantaged, and MBP knows
Yeah, I
that.
don't know why MVP is pushing here. Seems like a
Uh,
good place to push here, in my
the
opinion.
thing is, yeah, it depends on the energy situation. I'm guessing if they wait into the pit, it's really bad as well. So maybe they're like all in right now. The Mesmer died.
Yeah.
Need to watch number two for the pact. It's gonna pack the Mesmer, but they're losing all pressure, obviously. And if you don't pressure 6 damage, they just kill you basically. But to be honest, I think the monks of MVP are doing their part.
Oh yeah. I mean, I would say they're at a big build disadvantage with no rend on the ranger, a frenzy axe. I'm actually
Oh,
surprised how long they've held up.
that's game. Triple packed
That's a
kill
good pack.
after at 10 minutes 03. I think that's it.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it was a nice game. Definitely back and forth. I think MVP could have won for sure. I mean, even if that build is a bit disadvantageous, if I can say. They clearly had the build to, like, they clearly had the keys to take the game in their hands, but yeah, it comes down to one kill at the wrong time, and it's every time the same against 6 damage, right?
Yep. The HCM played it right too. I mean, they're
Yeah,
permadeathing. I think they pulled back at the right times generally.
yeah,
They know what they're doing.
definitely. They played a good game. They could have done more mistakes and stayed a bit too much and wiped after time and stuff like that, but they didn't. Um, props to HDM. I think a good build. They choose the good build basically for the map, and they execute it correctly. Props to MVP. I think they've done their part on that game with what they had. They could have gone either way at some point, but I guess they were too behind when they were in their pit. So, well, that's it. Thank you, Rainy, for joining me for this game, and thank you guys for watching. And see you.